ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you to this significant ceremony where we gather to witness the shining examples of the deep and enduring cooperation between Sri Lanka and India. Today marks a moment of shared progress as we jointly inaugurate key projects and exchange important memorandums of understanding. These milestones will be followed by the press statements from our two esteemed leaders reflecting the spirit of partnership and mutual respect that continues to guide our bilateral relations. We shall first witness the exchange of memorandums of understanding across a wide range of sectors reflecting the breadth and the depth of our bilateral cooperation. The first exchange is the MOU between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka for the implementation of HVDC interconnection for import-export of power. This will be exchanged on Sri Lankan side by Professor KTM Udayanga Hemapala, Secretary, Ministry of Energy, and will be exchanged on Indian side by Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary. Thank you very much, Professor Udayanga Hemapala. Would like to kindly request Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary, to remain where you are for the further exchanges of MOU. The next exchange is of the MOU between the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology of India and the Ministry of Digital Economy of Sri Lanka on cooperation in the field of sharing successful digital solutions implemented at population scale for digital transformation. This will be exchanged on Sri Lankan side by Mr. Varunasri Dhanapala, Acting Secretary, Ministry of Digital Economy. And the exchange on Indian side by Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary. Thank you very much, Mr. Varunasri Dhanapala, Acting Secretary, Ministry of Digital Economy. We will now witness the exchange of a trilateral MOU between the Government of the Republic of India, the Government of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, and the Government of United Arab Emirates for the cooperation in the development of Trincomalee as an energy hub. This will be exchanged on Sri Lankan side by Professor KTM Udayanga Hemapala, Secretary, Ministry of Energy, and this will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary, and will be exchanged on the UAE side by Mr. Khalid Nazar Al Ameri, Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates to Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Professor KTM Udayanga Hemapala and Mr. Khalid Nazar Al-Meri. The next is the exchange of the MOU between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka on defense cooperation. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Air Vice Marshal Sampath Thuyakonda, retired Secretary, Ministry of Defense, and will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You may resume your seating now. The next is the MOU on the multi-sectoral grant assistance for Eastern Province. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Mr. KMM Siddhivardhana, Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Mr. K.M.M. Sirivardhana, Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and would like to call upon Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, to kindly remain for the further exchanges of MOU. We will now witness the exchange of the MOU between the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of India and the Ministry of Health and Mass Media of Sri Lanka on the cooperation in the field of health and medicine. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Dr. Anil Jalsingha, Secretary, Ministry of Health and Mass Media, and will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka. Gentlemen, please remain. The next is the MOU on the Pharmacopoeia cooperation between the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of India and the National Medicines Regulatory Authority of Sri Lanka. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Dr. Anil Jalsingha, Secretary, Ministry of Health and Mass Media, and this will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Next, we are ready to move on to the next segment of today's ceremony. We are ready to witness the virtual groundbreaking of the Sampur Solar Power Project. It's time to take a look at a short video highlighting the key features and the significance of this landmark project.
India and Sri Lanka share an eternal bond weaved by civilizational ties, cultural connect, and age-old goodwill. Under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, India has emerged as the principal development partner of Sri Lanka, as well as the largest source of trade, investments, and tourism. India's developmental projects have reached all 25 districts of the country, delivering tangible benefits to the people of Sri Lanka across all major sectors. Overall financial assistance extended by India to Sri Lanka, including emergency assistance, is about $7 billion. This includes grant assistance of $780 million. Over the past decade, more than 40 projects have been undertaken with grant assistance amounting to nearly $265 million. Indian investments significantly contribute to Sri Lanka's economy with the portfolio exceeding $2 billion. Today, the investment partnership will achieve another landmark with the groundbreaking of the Sampur Solar Power Plant by Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, and President of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Anura Kumara Dissanayake. Sampur Solar Power Plant is a 50-50 joint venture between NTPC Limited of India and Ceylon Electricity Board of Sri Lanka. NTPC and CEB jointly incorporated Trincomalee Power Company Limited to develop the 120 megawatt project.